stage, William Shatner.
Thank you so much. God, thank you. I thought I'd do that for you. Thank you. This chair is, you know, where are you? Nobody to help. Okay. This chair is way back. Guys, come here. Move this chair right down, close to the audience. So. Hi! Wow.
Happy birthday!
Oh, thank you. After 21, I stopped counting. Yeah, it's my birthday coming up. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The numbers.
Looking good, though!
I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it's good.
It was!
Listen, I'm so happy to be here. You know, years ago, I don't remember which film, but we were shooting at night at the Disney thing. And so we went like backstage to all those incredible computers that work all the figures, and it was incredible. It was like an insight into warfare or something. I mean, it's just so complicated, and there's so many wires and so many computers in that one park. And that was years ago when they made more parks and a new one is open, and it's just the technology is exhausting. No, seriously, I'm doing a heavy metal album. So, you know, I don't even want to say what age I am, because that's kind of like a disgust.
It's wonderful!
Like 95! So the heavy metal thing, I've got an album ready to come out with Brad Paisley. I don't know the name of it, but it'll be out like in May or somewhere, June somewhere. And I finished my part of the heavy metal, which is my friend and companion and partner in writing these lyrics, Robert Chernow. Robert and I wrote 6 songs altogether. I cover some other Black Sabbath and stuff like that. Okay. So if anybody's over 25 here, the question is, what is heavy metal? No, seriously, what is heavy metal? What is heavy metal? Is it rock and roll? Is it, yeah. So I asked that to an audience, which was less down front. There was like space between this apron and the people. So a guy over there says, this is heavy metal. And the big burly guy gets up and this is heavy metal, that's heavy. And a guy over there who looked like his twin, big, 275-pound guy, I'll tell you what heavy metal is, this is heavy metal. And they start dancing in front, banging. That's heavy metal, I don't want to do heavy metal. So I had done for the same label a blues album, which got very popular and did very well. But I did a blues album some years ago. But what is blues? That's what I said. I'm ready, I love blues, but what is blues? Like, what is heavy metal? What is, for anybody under 18, I guess, you know, how do you define that? How do you enter into the street? So I started talking to people about blues. What is blues? Well, I know blues came from the South and the working in the fields and the thing, but what? How do you define blues? So I began to listen to some of the greats. The Thrill Is Gone. And I began to understand it more clearly. And then I made this blues album, and it was good. Heavy metal. What is heavy metal? So I wrote a song with Robert. Guns N' Roses wrote a song. See, 5 people know Guns N' Roses. I mean, that's the ignorance that I'm working under. I don't want, but heavy metal, Guns N' Roses, and they wrote a song called Patience.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, little recognition there, and they did it with, instead of bashing drums and clanging brass, they did a guitar. It was like what was the difference between that and a country song? So we wrote, Rob and I did, instead of patience, we wrote impatience. Well, I'm not gonna wait, I'm not gonna do it, I can't stand it, keep me waiting. Impatience. So we write the song, we write the lyrics, and said to the producer of the heavy metal, here's a song. You asked me to write 6 songs. Here's the 6th song. It's a play on, and I'd never heard it, Patience. Rob Chernow had heard Patience. So here's a Guns N' Roses version. Shatner does another version of Guns N' Roses. So I said, oh, great, man. And they add a guitar to the music of the lyrics, and it sounds like a really bad country song. What happened to all the brass, the glare, this heavy metal? Well, apparently heavy metal can be a guitar solo as well. What the hell? How do you get your fingers? How do you get a hook on what is heavy? Well, heavy metal can be anything. You just call it heavy metal, apparently. So I'm doing the best. I said to the producer, I said, that's not heavy metal. I hate that. So they started to fix it with some heavy metal, I guess. We'll find out what that's all about. But what an interesting foray into music. All the types of music, apparently. That heavy metal has variations in heavy metal. There's this kind of heavy metal and that kind of heavy metal. And it's complex. And musicians understand what I'm talking about, but I don't understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's what's in the future. Another interesting thing I thought you might like to hear is I'm going to do a podcast, and I've got so many things going, I don't need to add hours to my week to interview people. But my daughter, who's got, she's older, she's not a young kid anymore, was diagnosed to having stage 4 breast cancer. See, that was everybody's reaction. And her reaction was, I'm gonna die. And she has 2 children and a loving family, and we're all together. Stage 4 breast cancer. And she went for her annual or whatever, biannual breast examination, and they said, you're fine. And she went home, and something in her body was telling her, I'm not fine. So she began to self-examine. She found it alone. She goes back to the doctors, to the x-rays. and they think, whoa, and they take a closer picture. Oh, we missed it. You've got stage 4 breast cancer. Her body was telling her she was ill. So now, stage 4, all of you just reacted with, oh, because you're gonna die. So one day she says, I've got stage 4 cancer. And I said, I've got stage 4 cancer. I've got melanoma right here. The doctor said, the family doctor said, oh, just massage it. It's a blocked saliva gland. So I massaged it for a month, and it got bigger. I went to another doctor, a friend of mine. And this doctor put his doctor's fingers, cool, searching, his doctor's fingers on my cheek, and he said to me as my friend, Bill, you better get this out, like that. It was loving. It wasn't get it out now, but the tone was such that I realized he was saying, get it out. Went to a doctor, took it out. Stage 4 melanoma. At the same time, my daughter has stage 4 cancer. She got to the right doctor who had invented the poison that took care of her cancer. I went to a doctor who had the thing to take care of the cells of melanoma. She's cancer-free. I'm cancer-free. But, and this is apropos of the reaction of, oh, that you just did, which I did. And that is this. My beloved daughter, who's in her middle age, said to herself and then to me, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. The thought of dying hadn't really occurred to her. Now, there are individuals, I'm sure in the audience, who thought of death for a long time, but you know, the idea of dying doesn't occur to you until, it's getting, you've got less to go forward than you have from behind. And you begin to think, God, I'm gonna die one day, but not, you're gonna die. So I've forgotten how it worked, but we decided to do a podcast called No Time to Die. And all the things, first of all, there are many extraordinary doctors who are working on cures for things like cancer, 2 of which we met, and we're cancer-free. You can't say you're cured, although my doctor said you're cured. But the whole idea of dying suddenly occurs to you. I'm gonna die. I have a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine here in Orlando, and about 4 or 5 years ago, he said, there's some land that I'm gonna buy, and they've got some land alongside. Would you like to purchase some land in Orlando? Went to visit, it's beautiful. Acres, lakes, and water. It's high enough so when the ocean starts coming in, it won't affect us for a while, until Florida's underwater. So I bought some land in Orlando. I'm here. It's just, there are several cows on the land at the moment, and they're enjoying the land, but it's beautiful land, just aching to be a home and a loving place for somebody. But my thought is, when you're told you could die and die within months, suddenly everything sharpens. Suddenly life takes on a new color. My daughter got frightened. She went to bed. My God, I'm going to die. I can't do it. She was frightened to death. I, having wrestled with the idea of death for several years, I was more phlegmatic about it. But what happened to me was, I gotta be tight with my daughters and their husbands and my grandchildren. I've got to remember the color of the leaf that's I've got to go back to Florida and see those lakes and that land. I've got to be aware every moment of the time of how precious life is for all of us. The message of learning that you might die within months is, oh my God, I love life. And you begin to not only appreciate the blue sky and the setting sun, but the child that's trying to cross the street, or the person who's talking to you in front of you, or seeing the drama, the drama of life that goes on. People hurt, people are successful, people cry, they laugh. It's the story of life that's so beautiful in itself. The pain of life has a beauty to it. If you just say to yourself how precious life is and how quickly it's over. My God, if you think from the time you're born to maybe the age of 10, you're kind of unconscious. What's for breakfast? I gotta go, I'm meeting John, and you don't think about anything deeper. And then slowly it creeps up on you as you enter your teen. Hey, wait a minute. Mommy and Daddy might not be. And then as you get older, you realize, until about what, 60, 70, most people start to live within, and that consciousness of life is about 50 years. We have about 50 years to appreciate with passion the life around us. And that's what the sentence, the potential sentence of death can give you. You can hide your face, go into a corner and melt. Or you can say, everybody's going to die, and this world is so beautiful. This world has such beauty to it, even in its pain. And that's the way I choose to live. And so, in a couple of months, we've recorded 12 hours now. We'll record 15 hours of It's Time to Die, and it'll be on the air. And right now, it's been spectacular. I tell you, apropos of all that, I'm also writing a book with Josh Brandon. Josh came up with the idea, and I've been doing interviews. First of all, we said, and you might have caught a glimpse of it, we said in media, if you think you should be part of a book that is you and Star Trek, write a paragraph, and we'll read them and choose people who we think belong in the book. Well, people by the thousands, many, many people wrote, we should be in the book because, and Josh picked them out, and I thought, I'll do celebrities who think they should be part of, the Star Trek thing. But what turned out was such interesting people applied to be part of the book. I mean, there's a guy who was kicked out of his home as he was 7 or 8 years old. And his parents, for all the obvious and non-obvious reasons, kicked this child out into the streets, and not only that, he's half black and half white, so he was already facing ostracization from blacks and whites. So he's already feeling removed. And now he's sleeping on the streets and under the bridges, begging for food. And he catches glimpses of Star Trek in places where he would sometimes sleep. And he began to become enthralled with the concept of Star Trek and the possibility, the promise of what a human being can do. And then, by about the age of 16, he met a lady who, I don't know whether she formally adopted him or befriended him, but he started to live in that house, and she said, if you're going to live here, you've got to get an education. So he got out of high school, then he went to university, then he went to advanced schools in university. And he's now part of the AI thing, and he's like a brilliant thing. But, and here's the uniqueness of it. He has a robot. He's married, has children. He has a robot in the house that does a lot of the robot work. And his favorite love thing is a robotic dog. Given the fact that he had no connection with human beings for so long, and now he has as he's matured, but he drives to work, he says. It's about an hour's drive from his home to the university. And the dog, the mechanical dog, is in the front seat. And he's petting his mechanical dog, who, when he comes home, patrols the home at night while the robot inside is doing the work. And so his whole character has been affected by his inability to join with other human beings. His whole upbringing was ostracization. And then he began to identify with the mechanics, and now he's got a wife and child, but still he's most comfortable with robotics because of Star Trek. Is that like incredible? So that book will be out soon. And so much more, albums and stuff. I'm really working as hard and as creatively as I can. Really all I want to do, Xanadu, is just get on my horse and ride around in no time. Okay, so are we set up for questions? We're not. We're not set up for questions. Well, I'll just, ask, somebody raise their hand and ask me a question. We'll have a dialogue. Who's got their hand up? Yeah, where? Stand up, and since you don't have a microphone, you have to speak really loudly.
Just curious how your shoulder's doing.
Curious how my shoulder's doing. Okay. It's really doing well. So I'm riding 10 years ago. I'm really involved in a sport called reining. And reining is a Western sport. And I'm going to outline a pattern that you have to ride. And it's one of 10, 15 patterns. You're at the gate. You're on your horses, ready to go. You got your reins in your left hand, if you're right-handed, left hand. And they say, come on in, and you run full blast as far as that other end of the arena is, and you slide to a stop. 30, 40, 50 feet. Stop. Abrupt turn without taking another pace at a canter. Go the other way to the other end of the slide to a stop. Again, turn, 180-degree turn, slide to the center, back up. 4 fast turns to the right. 4 1/4 turns to the left. Now you're facing the judges. Fast turn, slow turn, fast turn, change leads. fast turn, slow turn, fast turn, change leads. Down to the other end of the arena, run down, slide to a stop, and back up. And that's 3, 4, 5 minute pattern everybody has to do. And the excellence and the ease and the loose rein, and just you're using your body. So now you're part of the horse. You're a genuine part of the horse. It's glorious. You and the horse, if you do it right, are one. It's like talking to your dogs. I talk to my dogs. My dogs talk to me. Now dogs, well, they do. It's in their eyes, in their ears, it's in their thing. They talk, and they have, it's great. I mean, I can't stand it when people say, no, dogs don't talk. Everything has communication. Everything alive has communication. It's just we humans don't understand it. And we lack such humility that what, you ran down here. Oh, there's a microphone there? Gotcha. We lack the humility to see how everything on earth, including trees. Are you aware that trees send out messages? Yes? Are you aware that they send out pheromones to other trees downwind about bugs? But what we didn't know is buried among the fungi, 6, 8 inches below the ground, are mycelium that the fungi grow on. It's the fruit of the fungi are mushrooms, which what's his name who wrote Sherlock Holmes thought were fairies, but it's mushrooms. It's edible. Sometimes they're poisonous, but you can chew on one. And the mycelium, from one tree to another, the tree is sending electrochemical signals along the mycelium to the other trees. The trees talk to each other in electrochemical signals. Do you know what our brain does? Electrochemical signals along the dendrites, which are our mycelium. We're more like the trees than we aren't. And that's life all around us. Young lady in the pink hat, just get in front of the gentleman in black. He came running down. Gentleman in black, you're next.
No, don't worry.
Lady, young lady.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, got it. You see where the mic is here? Put the mic right on your mouth.
Thank you.
No, even closer.
Is that better?
Perfect. Stay there.
All right.
What's your question?
Well, thank you. I will be doing the running tomorrow.
Closer, and talk slowly.
Oh, sorry. I was, okay.
What's your name?
My name is Nileisha. So it's an honor to meet you, William Shatner.
Okay. And what's your question, dear?
Well, my question is the following. This is going to be a little challenge, but...
Wait a minute. Your question is what?
It's a challenge. So,
So what?
It's a challenging question.
Time?
A challenge.
Oh, challenging question. Hey, I'll be the judge of that. What's your challenging
My question, do your best to answer this one is like, whether it is your character as James T. Kirk or as yourself, do you consider yourself to be a miracle explorer?
Okay, translate that. What did she, wait a minute. Everybody quiet. What did she say? Miracle.
Explorer.
Explorer. Miracle explorer.
Yes.
How do those two words make sense? Well, the miracle explorer, my interpretation of that, tell me your name again?
Nileisha.
The miracle, you have to be an explorer all the time. The miracle is staying aware to explore the taste of that ice cream, to explore what somebody said when they said yes, or to explore when they said explore. It's an exploration all the time. If you're alive, you've got to explore, whether you go to the Antarctic, which I did, or the Galapagos Islands, which I did, or top of mountains, which I have done, or caress a baby's face and explore the look on the face. I saw a commercial where they had like 3-month-old babies. Here's a baby, here's a baby, here's a baby. And the baby's looking into the camera, yeah. And then I saw one baby go, don't they understand that the baby lifted into the camera was terrified at the age of three months old? They just did that child in one fell swoop. They just ruined that kid, and they're totally unaware of it. I don't know what the mother was thinking when they said, yes, use my baby, because the baby, and that's communication. The 3 months old is, no, sweetheart, it's okay, I don't get it. What's your question?
That's pretty much it.
What?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, good. You in the black, come forward.
Oh my God, he really did that. Huh?
My name's Corey. Thank you for everything your art has brought to all our lives. So much. Appreciate it.
Wow.
I'm having trouble hearing. What did you say?
Thank you for all your art has contributed to our...
I'm getting interpretation. Wait, go ahead. He appreciates everything I've done. You don't know anything that I've done. I just took a piss before coming on stage. I had to go to the bathroom.
I knew that.
You appreciate that?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. My question is...
I appreciate your appreciation, truly.
Thank you.
What's your question?
My question is, I love Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Do you have a favorite and least favorite thing about making it?
Do I have a favorite thing?
And least favorite.
Well, let me tell you a story. I go to what the heck is the name of the place? I'll think of it in a second. And talk. You know, then I tell this story because what's your favorite episode? And it's essentially what you're at. What's your favorite episode? Oh, geez, that question again.
I was going to say.
So the story I tell, and I'll share it with you here, is what's his name who's now dead, the wheelchair, Dr. Stephen Hawking, thank you. I'm 95. Stephen Hawking. So I'm doing Star Trek, and Dr. Stephen Hawking, who at that time wasn't so destroyed by ALS, comes on the set. He's wheeled onto the set. Oh, Dr. Hawking, my gosh, yeah, good to see you. I'm so glad. I show him around, and on the set of the Star Trek I was on, there was this thing, and I said, that's where we store the dilithium crystals. And he said, I'm working on that. And I used that as a title for a book called I'm Working on That. And I went around to many universities to find out what they were working on in the future. So many years ago, a lot of them have come true. So I'm now doing a talk show, an interview show. And I said to the producer, you know, I would love to interview Stephen Hawking. And I'll bet he was on the set. I talked to him. So I called him in Cambridge, England, and said, I'd like to, through his people, I'd like to talk to him. And they said, he's agreed. write out your questions, send them to us, and you have to ask the exact question, because he has to pre-record what he's going to say. So we write out 3 or 4 questions, and we send them to him, and he says, okay, come on along. And then somebody said, oh, and Dr. Hawkins wants to ask Shatner a question too. So, wants to ask me a question. I'll bet it's about time. Yeah, he wants it. No, he'll probably ask me about black holes. Yeah, because I'm interested in black holes, the event horizon, things, energy being sucked in, or time. What is time? Why does time slow down when you approach the speed of light? Why? Nobody can answer that. They can't even answer time, space. It's time and space. Yeah, time for a particle of energy to go from that galaxy 12.8 billion light years it took for that particle to reach my retina? Okay, that's time. But what is time, space? It's the space that time goes. Yeah, it goes through space. And it takes state. I don't understand time, space. I'll ask him about that, and he'll tell me about that. But I'll look it up, and we'll talk about time, space. That's what he wants to know. So I'll go to Cambridge, and we shoot some film in the Cambridge Cathedral. I'm sitting in I've forgotten the name of the part of the cathedral that goes up in the air with stained glass windows, and I look up. I'm alone. Everybody's left, and they're cleaning the organ. So somebody is cleaning the organ with chords, Beethoven chords, dum 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 dum, in this empty cathedral, and they go, and bum 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 bum. I'm alone in the cathedral, built to the magic, the holiness of God. And I look up, and there's a mote of dust floating. I think, oh my God, that's what Earth must look like to anybody, excuse me, passing by. This is time for the water. What happened to the water? Here's the water. I'm dying. Oh, dear. There you go. That make you uncomfortable? Imagine what it did to me! Jesus, what a time to happen. So I'm looking at this mote of dust, and I'm thinking that's what Earth looks like to some alien. And then they wheel the doctor in. And he's sitting beside me here in his wheelchair. By now,
Go ahead, take your time.
I just splashed water all down me. I'm making a mess of everything. So they wheel him beside me. And by now, he's down in his chair, but his eyes, bright blue eyes, such intelligence coming from that bright blue eye. And he's got a little electrical thing, because the only muscle he can move is this muscle here, his cheek. So he's got an electrical thing. It goes to his computer, moves the thing around in the computer. So this is how he communicates. It's just moving that little electrical thing around. So they've written out the questions on cue cards, and I read the question, and when I ask the question, and like that, and the pre-recorded thing, mechanical voice comes on, you ask the question, what is timer? And it gives a question. Then I ask another question. I ask 3, 4 questions, and then he's tired, and that's enough. And so now we're over, and I said, well, Dr. Hawkins, you wanted to ask me a question. What do you want to know, Dr. Hawking? And he says, what is your favorite episode? Thank you, everybody. A pleasure being with you.